So hello, this is Nicole coming to you live from a wet park today. And hello, say hello in the comments if you're able to. I'll try to see them today. Today I haven't been out in walking in the park in a little while actually, because it's been really pouring and it's been springtime weather, and it gave me ideas on how to share, on what to bring about to you about the journey that we go through when we've suffered invisible abuse, and how that relates to spring, how we can learn so much from nature and springtime. And like I said, lately we've been getting a lot of rain. Last week we had like really tropical weather. It was really warm, abnormally warm, hot in this area for this time of year. And this week we have a lot of rain, and that's what happens when we've gone through invisible abuse, when we're going through a growth spurt or a transformation in our lives. There's this roller coaster that we go through that takes place in our lives that is kind of like all over the place, and sometimes it's very unnerving to because we don't necessarily know where this is all going. But when we look at nature, we realize that spring is that roller coaster. It's that the highs, the lows. But all in all, by staying committed, by showing up every day, nature goes through spring and comes on the other side and ends up being in summertime. And it's the same thing when we've gone through invisible abuse. When we stick with what happens in our lives, with what takes place. Allô, Pascal! And when we've gone through invisible abuse, there's a whole process that happens in our lives that we go through. It's a journey that we get on, and nature is such an amazing teacher about the journey that we go through. And like springtime, when we commit to staying focused, to showing up for ourselves, to staying committed to our own personal growth, our own life's transformation, we inevitably grow from our own process. We inevitably end up on the other side of our spring season. And that's what, when we've suffered invisible abuse, it's sometimes very difficult to stay committed, to understand, and to because oftentimes we end up feeling alone, and we end up feeling like we're on this path where nobody understands us. But hi Jenny, how are you? And hi Louisa. This is my park, and it's raining, so I actually have the park to myself today. But anyways, and that's what I was sharing. It's when we've gone through invisible abuse, there's so much of the process that it can get discouraging while we're going through the process, and it's very unnerving sometimes, because it is a roller coaster ride when we're trying. I don't like using the word trying, but when we're committed to our healing journey so that we can transform our lives, so that it becomes our lives and not a victim of the abuse. It's a roller coaster ride. So like I was saying in the beginning, we find ourselves in this roller coaster season, which is exactly like spring. There's some hot days, hot beautiful days, and it's hot and muggy like last week in here. And there's other times where it's wet and it's unpleasant, and it's today it was very cold this morning, and it was wet. So I'm lucky enough now to be out and about, but it's still very wet. But that's what happens when we commit ourselves through to this invisible journey, to this individual, to this personal growth process. We inevitably end up going through the process and coming out on the other side. But that being said, finding inspiration in something that can show us, that can validate for us that it is possible, is such, for me, that was huge. It kept me going because I had proof in nature. It was possible. It was happening. It didn't need I could see it right in front of my eyes that if I kept going and I kept committing to my own personal growth, to stay focused on showing up for myself, I could be like nature and grow and transform myself and get past the spring season, the season where it's a roller coaster of transformation, where we go up and down, where that all takes place in our lives when we go through the transformation of invisible abuse, the healing process. It's all part of the journey. But that's my little blurb for today. If this speaks to you, you can go and on my website, NicoleLevac.com. It's on my Facebook page somewhere. I don't know where, but go there, click the sidebar where you can sign up to get my monthly newsletter. And slowly, I'm going to be sharing more and more tips. I'm going to be sharing more and more exercises, more and more knowledge, and I'm going to be launching some new services, some new products where I'll be sharing more free video series. So and that will keep you up to date, and you'll be on top of all the things that I'm going to be sharing more and more with people. So whoops, that was slippery. I'm on clay right now, and it's very slippery. But if this speaks to you, go to my website at NicoleLevac.com. I put the link in the comments above, and it's gonna keep you up to date. You'll know exactly what I'm offering, when I'm offering it, and you can find out more about the journey that we go through as a victim of invisible abuse. But rather than staying a victim, we can become empowered by it and take full ownership of ourselves and feel really good about ourselves and show up just integrating abuse in who we are so that it empowers us rather than drain us. So I hope that you like this Facebook Live. If this speaks to you, make sure to go to my website to sign up on the sidebar to get my monthly newsletter. And I look forward to seeing you next week on my Facebook Live. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.